The centerpiece of his agenda, ramping up detentions and deportations.
The lawmakers here in New York aiming to challenge those efforts by targeting the airlines that transport immigrants for federal authorities.
Our Capitol correspondent Jamie DeLine explaining the Safe Air Act.
Democratic Senator Pat Fahey sponsoring this bill, saying companies that contract with ICE are transporting people without due process. If passed in New York, the Safe Air Act would keep those companies from a sales tax exemption on jet fuel,
which we spend upwards of $170 million on each year for that tax exemption, and all commercial airlines benefit by that. Those that are, we should not, as taxpayers, be subsidizing commercial airlines or any businesses that are undermining civil liberties.
The legislation would also prohibit airline companies from future state contracts if due process is not involved. The bill was introduced after Avelo Airlines signed a contract with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
All we know is they do have a contract with ICE, but the only deportations have gone out of, I think, Arizona and Texas. But this, again, this contracting, it would be prospectively. So in other words, they could not have future contracts if we were to adopt this law.
She says Avelo Airlines are at 4 airports in the state:
Albany, Rochester, Islip or MacArthur, and Binghamton.
I asked Senate Minority Leader Rob Orr about the legislation.
If they're against the exemptions, I imagine they were against it before. But I never heard anything from Pat Fahey or anyone else on this. So they're only against it one way: if we're sending people who are being deported, who are not citizens of the United States, out of here, they got a problem with it. Senator Fahey has a problem with it. But if they're bringing them in the dark of night, they're totally fine with it. Got it.
The bill is currently in committee in both the state Senate and Assembly. In Albany, I'm Jamie.